Web Center content management allows us to create websites basically. So once you create it, you can manage and update or modify content easily. So there are tools that are specifically designed for corporations to manage their websites, internal, external websites, small microsites, or even big corporate websites with thousands of pages. At one point, when the size of the website becomes really big, just ordinary tools like static websites or just using any other tool, it becomes really difficult to manage the websites. Web content management systems are special tools to help create and manage websites. And of course, we have Oracle WebCenter Sites, which is a very stable platform that is offered by Oracle for creating and managing website, and it is part of their Fusion middleware offerings. Other ones are like Joomla, which you might have heard, or Drupal. There is Sitecore. These are other tools that specializes in creating websites. So the main features of Web Center Sites is that it's user-friendly interface. That is, it's designed specifically so that non-technical users can manage the content using the interfaces that are provided. It provides content editing tools. So how does it allow non-technical people to update content? It through WYSIWYG editors and forms where they're able to easily update text and images. And what it does, it has certain templates. So once we design the template, what the developers can do is quickly use those templates to create other pages as the business need arises. The other features are it has version control. Basically, in Web Center Sites, you can create versions of the content that we choose to. You can have a scheduled release of content using the internal scheduler. You can create users and provide certain roles that will control what they have access to and which menus they have access to. The pages themselves are SEO friendly because nowadays there are a lot of tools that are in the market, but they would not be SEO friendly because they might be getting rendered on the client side, or they may be too much of JavaScript without the actual source code present. How is it different from regular website? Again, in a regular website, it is very difficult to update this changes for a non-technical user and to publish them. So that's why Web Center Sites or Web Content Management System is a preferred platform. It provides templates where changing of sites can be done easily and they can be published. Things of this nature can be done easily on Web Center site. It allows for workflows. So a regular website, it's difficult to implement workflows, but in Web Center sites, you can have an approval process. You can have a publishing different environments and publishing process and stuff like that. Yeah, so those are some of the features that Web Center sites offer. And these are some of our clients to whom we have provided the services. For example, Swiss Post Solutions. This is based in Switzerland, and it is the IT service provider for the Swiss Post. Basically, Swiss Post is like Indian postal service, like how we have it in India. They provide postal services to Switzerland, and their main website is we had built it in Oracle Web Center Sites. Another is Siemens. Siemens is also a client of ours, and they internally use a lot of websites in Web Center content and Web Center sites as well. They are one of our clients. Then they are based in Germany. This is another client of ours, International Labour Organization. So they also use Oracle Fusion middleware and the whole suite of products. For their websites requirements, they use Oracle Web Center Sites. And we have helped build them their main corporate website and some learning portals for them and internal portals. And their director actually appreciated us for the work we did. This is another success story for us. There is also Helsana. They are the health insurer in Switzerland. And we have built a couple of websites, their main website and maxi.ch in multiple language for them. Another case study for us is DKSH Global. They are market expansion. They provide services in market expansions. And this is a good case study because they have websites in around 36 countries and with more than 50 multilingual websites. So all these sites, their microsites, their main sites, and all of this are running on Oracle Web Center sites. And the contributors from these different countries, they manage these websites in their local languages. And basically, this is their preferred choice for their website creation and maintenance. Maybe it's better I just show you live example of DKSH and maybe give a glimpse at how the contribution interface looks, because this is anyways a public website. All of this is available for the people to see. Yeah, so here you can see this is one of the pages. It's DKSH Global website. Here we are seeing is a slider, and and you have some cards. So there are different type of cards you can create. For example, here there in the top it was saying industries, right? And you have links to different sectors that they have, and the bottom one has like key topics of interest, and this is different from the top one. In a sense, this is more about description and read more link, whereas the top one had more like links that will take you to the specific pages in that particular section. And then you can have, of course, cards or infographics that you want to show here. You can have sections with news where you have summary of news here. When you click, you can go to the details page. So these are all the, you can basically from the global website, you can navigate to any of the country specific website. This was the role-based access we were talking about, because of course we want only German speaking people who are in Germany to control the German content. Similarly, we have websites based in Malaysia, Singapore, and the contributors that are located there manage and update the content, and that is controlled through role-based access. And these are some other pages that we have built. For example, this is their like the personals list. You can search for any name here, and you'll be able to filter out those people, and you can filter them based on country or market. Basically, these are based located in markets. If you have their photos, it will show, or it will show the default logo. For an internal website, if you want to showcase the employees that are working, it's easy to just filter them and find their information. This is again insights page. So this is just if you want to display news items like with a card and some description about them, we want to advertise something, we can just show this as a list, and then along with the filters on the top, you can keep on loading more, especially if you have a lot of news items that you want to display and then later filter. So if you see there is content, and by the nature of this, you can make out that this content needs to be updated regularly. It is not static in a sense. You create it and then forget about it for a long time. This is something that one might have to visit frequently and update it in the backend, especially news or announcements or even the personal information. You'll have people joining, leaving the organization, or changing their locations or phone numbers, or all these cases. So this is one kind of page, consumer goods page. So it has like a section on the top. It's describing about that. And the different ways in which you can organize, like you have the top menu, but you can have sub menus here where we want to display something, provide downloads, contact information. So if you want to provide quickly download some forms or any PDFs that we want to make it available, you can have that. And these PDFs will be maintained in WebCenter sites. So in the backend, if the contributor want to change the form or update the form, he can just replace the PDF in the backend and publish those changes, and it will be automatically updated. Same thing with emails. All this is dynamic. It's maintained in the backend. You can, of course, have forms in the front end as well, where you can provide drop down with values, and these values we could have them populate by the values we provide in the backend in WebCenter sites, which a contributor can update as he wants. And then when this form is submitted, we can trigger emails, or we can save it as an information page in the backend. Yeah, we have that choice. As you can see, the scope is quite large, from a small website to a big corporate website, or if you want to have multiple microsites, all of them. If you see now as a contributor, you have access to all the microsites. So if you have the necessary permissions, you can jump from one site to another, check the content, update the content, publish the content. So you have all these facilities that are available. And so basically, he'll have role-based access. And here in the contributor interface, we can open any particular page, for example, that we want to, for example, update. And then this is this is one of the pages, for example. This is an example of a content, and we want to update it. We go into the form mode. This is a form mode, and you can see all the fields are available here. The attributes themselves are clearly labeled, like you have the headline, subheadline, text, and that's how we can label this. And based on type of content we want to put, we'll choose whether it's a drop down or just a text box, or it's a drag and drop. The drop zone is if you have an image, you can search for an image, drag and drop it. And this section, please note, this is an example of a WYSIWYG editor, like text. If you want to just enter text, you can use this to update text, put some links, and do some kind of how you'd use a Word document. Basically, you can format the content here. And once all the text and the call to action, for example, call to action is a specific attribute that was created based on the page itself. There was a call to action section on the page. So that's why we have this. Attributes are created. This will give you an idea that if you want to update that, you come here, you edit this page, and then you fill in the relevant content. So these are different kind of sections, basically, like how you want, if it's an accordion item or it's an article or this benefit page, a bullet page. If you see, the website was quite big. So that's why this list is huge. In a sense, you have events, FAQs, the specific FAQs for categories and inline items, and their time frames and forms. There are different kind of forms. So basically, this is a whole array of options that we have available, and based on how we want them. Like here, there are different kind of teasers. We saw the teaser slide, the one with the image and some text below it. So they're different kind. You have a teaser list, or it might be a slideshow. They might be a special teaser for news based on how we want to display and what we want to show. Yeah, so these are all the options that one could choose from. And based on whatever we choose, the form will be loaded. So basically, it will consist of the attributes that are specific for the selection we made, and then we can drag and drop the images. If it has some video assets or URLs, we can drag and drop those. If you have a teaser, basically teaser is something where you show an image and you have some description below it, right? That can be, you can use that for news items, you can use that for some kind of articles, or you can use it somewhere else. So you can choose that to place it in different places, and then you come here and you contribute the content. You choose that and say, yes, this is what I want to appear in this particular thing. You choose the section and then you fill in the information. If I want to update the title food, and instead of the and symbol, I want to maybe type and, I can just edit this, and instead of the and symbol. So if we select the sections that we want to be editable on the backend, you can mark in the web mode. And what it does is it lets you switch to the web mode and edit, especially the content directly. Here we will just check this is anyways dev instance, so we can actually see whether in the live dev instance whether our update has succeeded or not. Yeah, you can see this is updated, right? So now the changes we made was in the development website. So you can see it in the URL that is specific for development. And once we make all our changes, right, once we contribute the content and all, we can then, if we have the necessary approvals, if the, like, for example, the testers have tested it and they're happy with how the website look, then we can choose to publish it to prod. So then what we do is we choose all the content templates or all this that needs to go to prod. And once we publish to prod, then it will go live in prod. So whatever changes we do here will just stay locally in dev. And once the entire testing is completed, we can choose to publish it to the production. So especially this content changes, right? What when you publish to prod, you don't need to have the website down. You don't need to announce that the website will not be available for next whatever, right? Because these changes do not need a server restart or any of these things. So content changes that gets directly published and gets updated.